Hello, welcome to Fabulous Motos. My name is Fabian, and today I'm gonna tell you something about riding and driving on Swiss roads. So, as you can see, we're already on a motorway. Motorways in Switzerland are by far the fastest way to get from A to B, also to cross through Switzerland. So it's very likely you will be on the motorway at one point if you're going to Switzerland. And if you want to go on the motorway, you need the vignette. It's the Swiss road tax. It costs 40 Swiss francs to buy. It's valid for 14 months. It's always for a year, plus December of the year before and January of the next year. There's no short-term vignettes. Unlike Austria, for example, when you can get a 2-week vignette. So you will always have to pay the full price. But just pay the money, because if they catch you on the motorway without a vignette, it's a hell of a lot more expensive. And you get the trouble of getting a fine and all that stuff. So nobody wants that, so just buy a vignette and everything is fine. Also, compared to like France, for example, it is rather cheap. For more than a year, you can use the whole infrastructure for 40 Swiss francs. And you don't have to worry about anything. Just also, if you have a trailer with you, you need an extra vignette for the trailer. Just be aware of that. Apart from that, there's not much else special on Swiss motorways. The allowed top speed is 120 if there's no other restrictions. And it is forbidden to overtake on the right side. You can even go to jail for that if you try to get caught. And also filtering or lane splitting with motorcycles is forbidden in general in Switzerland. Some people will do it anyway, but yeah, be warned, it's forbidden. So if you want to find the next motorway in Switzerland, just follow the green signs. They show you the way to the motorway and also the direction in which it is going. It will always be like the next big city, like Zurich, for example, or Bern, or Basel. And they're quite easy to find. On the other hand, if you're traveling on B roads and you don't want to go on the motorway, but follow the B roads, be aware that often there's only a sign telling you which is the next little village. So it can be quite difficult to navigate without GPS. Why does it always rain on me? So we're leaving the motorway now. So now we're on like a typical B road. There's not much to say about them. The speed limit here is 80 kilometers per hour. And there's also speed cameras here, even on the tiniest roads. So be aware of the speed limit and don't drive too fast. As you can see, a lot of Swiss people, if it's not rush hour, they are driving very relaxed and not very fast. So you can see here the white signs, they are an indication that there's a very small road, and these are often the roads that are the most fun on motorcycles in Switzerland. So keep that in mind. Just a little tip. So we're now coming to typical Swiss little city. You can see here it's 60. It is a bit of a dangerous roundabout because you can only see the people from the left in the last second. By the way, at roundabouts, you only indicate when you leave the roundabout, not before. You might confuse people. Here you see the general 50 sign. This is the normal speed limit inside cities or villages in Switzerland. But there's always a sign telling you what is the speed limit. To your left and right you see cycle lanes. Please don't block them when you're driving or at a standstill especially. Swiss people love to cycle a lot and they don't like it when you block the lanes. It's a typical crossing here. There's lots of zebra crossings in Switzerland, and if someone wants to cross them standing there, you should stop, because that's what's expected of you here. Swiss people in general like good manners, also while driving, except for rush hour, then it's carnage. But just be polite and everything will be fine. Yeah, and if you can avoid it, don't drive at the evening, during the evening rush hour, because at that time all the motorways and the big cities are completely full with cars and traffic jams, and it's not fun. So, welcome to the city. If you need to park with your car in the city, it's only allowed on specific parking spaces. There's all different kinds of colors. In general, as a visitor, you're only allowed to park on white parking spaces, sometimes on yellow. Depends on the time. There will be a sign telling you. And in like parking garages, it's illegal to park your car on the road or anywhere that's not marked as a parking space. For motorcycles it's a lot easier. There's also parking spaces marked, but they are all free and they're basically everywhere. So better take your motorcycle. Also watch out for buses and trams, because they have the way of rides no matter where they come from. And you don't always know where they're coming from. Also, if there's a bus at the bus stop and he's indicating that he wants to leave the bus stop, you should stop behind him and let him out, because for once he has the right of way, and sometimes they just drive without you looking. And if there's an accident, it's your fault. So here you see a typical example of a bus leaving. Actually 2 buses. Just wait till the bus has left. Don't drive forward like this guy. And another thing I forgot to mention earlier is that in Switzerland You have to have your lights on during the late light, unlike this gentleman here. I guess he doesn't know that. So yeah, have your headlights on, or at least your like daytime headlights. I don't know what's the real name in English. There's also bus lanes in Switzerland, like you see here. But for motorcyclists, not allowed, except there's a few exceptions in a few cities, but then there would be a sign telling you that it is allowed. In general, it is forbidden, and nobody would do it, so don't try that. Another rule in Switzerland, and I guess in basically whole of continental Europe, is if there's no sign at the junction, then the one coming from the right has the right of way. So here, someone would come from here, he would have the right of way, but I'm going right myself. So basically I would not need to wait for anyone, but it's better to look, because you never know. Here's another one. Look, no one's coming from the right, I can drive. And junctions like these are not only in like small residential streets, but also on bigger roads like this one here. So I got the right of way here. And that's the same when you come to a junction where the traffic lights are off and there's no signaling. Here there's a sign, you can hardly see it, but there is one, so you have the right of way. But it can happen that there's no sign, and then you have to look out. You should never think that, oh, you know, I'm on a wide road, I have a right of way. That's not how it works in Switzerland. And also, if you're British and you think like, I'm not worried about speed cameras, there will be a big sign and there will be marks on the ground. No, not in Switzerland. Not in Germany either, by the way. I think that's really a British thing. So, you will very likely not see the speed camera until it's too late. Just keep that in mind too. So these are all my tips about motorcycling and also driving in Switzerland. I hope it was helpful for you. If you think I forgot something important, just leave a comment, let me know and share it. Also, if you have any other tips or want to see something specially or have a question for me, just write a comment and I will try to answer it. I'm not sure about what I'll show you in my next video. I want to do a video about my big motorcycle definitely. And my project with my 125 is coming along, so I will show you a video of that too. But yeah, be surprised. And that's that. Fabian out. Have a good day and a safe drive. Bye bye.